Hey, it's Stadium Journey Overtime. We got some breaking news today, so we wanted to record a special edition episode pertaining to what's going on in baseball right now. So we're all here. We got Pro Fan 9, we got the Ballpark Hunter, we got Dan Law 83, and you got yours truly, Puckman RI. And we're going to talk. Today is March 1st as we're recording this, and Rob Manfred today, with a big smile on his face, I got to add, announced that they are going to be canceling some games to start the Major League Baseball season. Gentlemen.
I just want to start this myself with two things. One, I appreciate that you could do so much to make Bettman look competent as a commissioner of his league. So thanks, Rob Manfred. I'm just going to call you Rob because I ain't going to call you by your last name. Just total disrespect. And second of all, I do want to point out that this is the only thing John Middleton has ever done other than sign Bryce Harper to the Phillies that has made me happy is he is helping me not have to sit through another bad Phillies season because they won't do anything as ownership to make the team better. So that's good. You got two good points there. Thanks, John. No, I just I want to talk to you guys about it. Just get your thoughts on it because this is all doom and gloom to me. Like I don't even know what this seems. Dave and I were talking off air before everybody got here because I get here on time. Kidding. You were talking about how your son felt about it, Dave, and I was like, yeah, it's worse. It's not. It doesn't feel like it's worse.
Yeah, my son said it's just like 94. I'm like, no, they played like the first 3 quarters of the season in 94.
Like your son remembers 94.
Well, yeah, he was born in 07, but he's an old soul.
It's just like 81, Dad. It's 72.
Oh my God, how many work stoppages have I lived through in baseball? Continue talking. I'm going to research.
All of them.
85. Well, I don't think there was a work stoppage in 85. There was something that happened in 85, but
there was one in like 72 as well.
72 was that? Yeah, it was not. I think my concern is I remember 94 very well. I remember what it was like not to have a World Series, and it pissed everybody off. It caused people to, say, screw you, baseball. We're not going to another stadium. I still bump into those people. And it led to a lot of independent baseball leagues and a big shift towards minor league to pop up. If baseball doesn't play, it's like, come on, guys, are you serious with this again? I could see if this took place 50, 60 years from now. I could see if it was 100 years, like the pandemic. But this is going to be 3 years where baseball is not really fully playing, and it's just mind-numbing. Baseball's already got issues with being on par with football and basketball. Now they're going to strike. I mean, how many games are we going to miss? We're going to have an 80-game season. We're going to have a World Series. I can't even grasp this. And unfortunately, it's taken a huge backseat to what's going on in Ukraine. So that's why this really hasn't shocked me yet. Plus, I have minor league baseball and summer collegiate to go to. So if you guys don't play, what am I going to watch? The Mets not make the playoffs again?
See, it's not just me. No, I was thinking that too, Mark. It was like it's not like football. Like there's other leagues to watch,
and
that
cheaper too.
And I was going to see that are cheaper, closer to some people. There's teams everywhere that you could go and watch right now, and it's baseball.
Yeah,
like. That's a problem, dude. Like, do I really think baseball's going to die? I don't, probably not, but you couldn't have picked a worse time in the world, in the universe with the very real shit going on in the Ukraine right now. I'm letting that one go. Pardon my French, you guys. COVID and everything rolling back and everybody going, yeah, go to games. And this is what you reward. And I just want to touch upon something that Paul said, which really sent me over. And I know, Dave likes to challenge me when I say things like this, but I'm going to say it. Manfred can go to hell. I don't care. Like, I have no sympathy for that man or for the owners right now. You could have argued with me last week where it was like a 50-50 thing. And this week I'm like, I have no sympathy anymore. The smile, the very lackadaisical, I thought, press conference was I only could sit through for a little while before I shut up. I'm actually mad, and I'm a Phillies fan, and I hate that team right now.
Well, yeah, but was this not really foreshadowed? Like, really, should we not
be surprised? I guess not.
I don't feel we should be surprised because, well, when they were doing the negotiations for playing during the pandemic, and the owners wanted fewer games, right? The players wanted more games. The owners wanted fewer games. So, I mean, what does that tell me? That tells me that the economics are way off, right? When the owners are like, we can, I don't know if we can make more money by playing less, or we can lose less money by playing less. That seems like a bad situation. If you think about it, like, Max Scherzer is getting $40 million a year to play 6 innings a week. That's messed up. That's really messed up.
Could work if you could find it.
But I mean, to me, out of all the games, like, I think baseball is in most need of an adjustment. Like, there's just so many things that are happening in the game. Forget outside of forget negotiations or whatnot. I know, Mark, you and I, got into a bit of a spat about the universal DH, which I despise, and I know you said you love, but the way that sabermetrics is taking over the league, the pace of play is way off. To me, a big thing is like the 26-man roster, where managers can have bullpen days and bring in like, we don't have a Goose Gossage pitching 2 innings to do a close anymore. We've got our 6th inning guy, or 7th inning guy, or 8th inning guy, or 9th
lefty specialist.
Like, the home runs and strikeouts, like, you don't hear hockey saying we need to make these, or the hockey media or whatever saying these wholesale changes need to be made, or like the game is in trouble, or football or basketball or anything like that. But you're hearing it in baseball. So I mean, it's just a bad time all around. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think we also have to remember what the baseball was like after the strike, 95, 96, where teams were selling outfield seats for $1 because people were not coming back and people were desperate. And then, of course, everybody came back in 98 with the home run chase. If you go on strike, what's going to be that big event that's going to bring people back to the ballpark? If you live in Seattle and the Mariners aren't playing, just go see the Dub C Fish Sticks. There'd probably be a hell of a lot more fun. And that's a summer collegiate team that plays in Western Seattle.
And they have a great name.
They have a great name, a great logo, and they're probably doing a hell of a lot more to appeal to the fan than Major League Baseball is at the moment. Great name.
I voted for the other name.
That was a tight race.
Well, the seal chuckers,
the
or something like that?
Chuckers. The seal slingers, yes.
Yeah.
The sea chuckers. I like that, though.
Chuckers. Man, I can make several dirty jokes on that one.
Sounds like
Mark. All your millennials are gonna have to like go out to bars instead of paying like $50 cover to go stand at a bar at a baseball game.
Well, they could go to Nashville and pay $10 and hang out the bandbox. Have a good time there, not even pay attention to baseball. But yeah, that's the thing with Major League Baseball. It's like, what, there has to be some cooler heads to say, hey, what can we do to not look like a bunch of jack-offs?
Because that's done.
Yeah.
It's like, over.
We're totally shooting ourselves in the foot.
Is there anyone who is on the owner's side in this dispute? I haven't heard it.
I mean, I tend to be a little bit more on the ownership side as opposed to player side because, like I said, the numbers are just silly.
Well,
right?
my only defense of that, Dave, is well, then don't sign them to that.
Well, fair enough, but you know,
but I understand where you're coming from. It's like, okay, but you want this, but I'm paying you this much to play 6 innings, so it's like,
look at and maybe you big market people don't get this, but
what do you mean,
look
you
at how
people?
bad baseball was before the luxury tax came in, right? It was the Yankees signing anyone and everyone, and they were winning the East every year until the Red Sox decided, wait a second, we can sign anyone and everyone too, and they won the East every other year, right? It took for that luxury tax to kind of kick in, and it took like the greatest minor league system ever created to change that narrative, right? You know, with the Tampa Bay Rays doing their thing, and nobody really fully understands how they do it.
No, if they can bottle that, they would be.
But they've been killing this for years, like with all those Yankee Red Sox games where this was the be all and end all. This was all the baseball media would talk about, and those games were 4.5 hours, and they were hideous, right? You just tack on extra commercials, and yeah, they were awful. It was just way too long. So, I mean, just to play the the players are so poor and sad, you know. I'm sorry.
No, it's
the
not
dollars they're commanding is ridiculous.
It's not.
But if the Mets or the Yankees or whoever signs that big free agent, Max Scherzer, you know, that all trickles down.
But we'll take some of that back. Then you're the owners. Tell it like it is. Don't pee on my hand and tell me it's raining. Like you've created this monster. You all created this monster. The TV deals, the billions of dollars that you have, throwing money, everything that Dave mentioned with the Yankees and the frickin' Red Sox. This is all something. This is the bubble that you created that popped. I don't look at it as a money thing, though. Believe it or not, I look at it as a workers versus employers kind of thing. And I kind of alluded to it last episode with Jim about the situation in Calgary, and unfortunately, it took COVID for a lot of more people to get loud about it. It's changing. It's no longer, well, I mean, the boss says do what I want to a certain extent, but I need some compensation for the job I'm doing. Now, it's not the same argument with me and my manager with a millionaire and a billionaire. I understand that, but you know what? I just think about my owner, the Middleton, and I'm just like, all the things, like he did that work with the COVID charity, but at the same time, he was claiming poverty and not paying and laying people off during the pandemic, and he's worth billions, multiple billions. Like, I don't want to hear it. Figure it out. I don't care. This is what you signed up for as an owner. Figure it out.
Well, those are the ones that are lost in the whole thing, right? It's those old timers who are the ushers. It's the
workers, the service workers,
the teenagers who are working concessions or whatever. Like, those are the ones that are really going to suffer. You know, people like us will complain about it for a little bit, but you know, we'll go find a different social area to hang out.
That's not true. I bitched about it during the whole COVID thing, and I was told to stop bitching at John Middleton, and I'm like, no, you kiss my ass. I'm not going to shut up about it.
But yeah, I mean, we'll find something else to do. You know, the owners will save money, I would assume, for the most part.
Yeah, a little bit.
The players will, I don't know, they'll bump other players out of the Japanese leagues or the Korean leagues or whatever, and
you get the replacements.
It's those people that work in the ballparks that are really the ones that are going to suffer.
So
for the first 2 series, which are canceled.
It's the way I was looking at it as a fan thing. It's like, if the NHL ever goes through this again, as mad as I am at the league in general, like I don't know if I'd stick around, but even with the affiliations, as far as hockey, I got cheap access to the minor leagues, baby. I got my minor league fix. There really isn't a cheap alternative to baseball, and I like baseball. I know baseball on the major league level is criticized because of commercial timeouts, and I don't think it's as bad as football, but people tell me it's terrible. I can sit there and watch a whole baseball game, but there's no alternatives to baseball. It's the major leagues, easy access. It's the same thing with basketball.
Are you talking on television?
I'm talking about on television or home entertainment.
Okay.
Yeah. At the home front. Basketball's kind of the same. I'd love to watch the Blue Coats, but I can't get access to it anywhere easily. Hockey is completely opposite, so I got my fill. If baseball goes away for a long time, well, there's no easy way for me to watch the minor leagues. Now, it's 2022. I'll go up to Lehigh Valley and go watch an Iron Pigs game.
How far are you from the nearest baseball stadium or organized team?
In any level?
Yeah,
an hour.
Okay.
Not too like I'll go watch college baseball. It's right there, man.
You got college baseball in town.
Yeah, I am 45 minutes away from Harrisonburg. So I
think we need a review of that. So if you don't.
I thought you were closer to Salem.
No, I don't think so. I think I'm about the same, maybe a little further. I'll have to double check the distance, but I'm also 2 hours away from Fredericksburg.
Yeah.
So
that would only take you 8 hours to go there.
No. For my direction, it would take the actual 2 hours.
Oh yeah, because you don't have to deal with 95, right?
Yeah, I'm not touching 95. Like when last time I went to Jersey to visit my family, I went up through West Virginia and then to Baltimore. I still did it in the same amount of time. My voice cracked there like I was 12.
Yeah.
I still did it in the same amount of time would it take me to go from my old house and shoot up 95. And I went through like mountains.
What town do you live in?
Not saying it on the internet.
Oh.
I have a lot of enemies, Mark.
Oh, okay.
It's right.
Okay.
It's 30 minutes from West Virginia.
If you want to watch, this can't be right. MILB TV is $10 a year.
What? It's only $10? That can't be right.
No.
If it's $10, if I'm $10, I'm in. That's it.
Maybe that was $10 last year.
Maybe that's
I don't know,
the
but
playoff package.
Very low.
It says stream every game. The
Hold on,
2021 MILB TV yearly $9.99.
Was that a COVID price?
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
It seems.
Hold on. We're gonna find out.
Whoa, we're gonna find out.
Son of a bitch! Blackout restrictions may apply for the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. I quit. That's the only one listed for blackouts. That's the only one.
They're a popular club.
They just, you know what? They just follow you around, Dan.
They do. What does Dan want to watch? Hold on, put that on the
Where's
list.
Dan?
Oh,
Who can we black out for Dan?
God damn it! Are you serious? Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, I'm looking at that too. But yeah, get it back, to this lockout. It's I know people will go back to baseball. Once you're a fan of the Phillies or the Mets or the Red Sox or the Yankees or the Blue Jays, you're going to watch them. Now, there are people. I don't know what the percentage of the people that was say, "Hey, I used to be a fan before the strike." I know you heard a lot of them. I know there are people that exist there, but I just wish somebody would say, "Knock it off, guys. What do you guys want to do? No, we're not having a 12-team playoff. We're going to sit down and we're not going to leave this room until we figure things out. And if we're here 5 days and we smell like, a goat, then we're going to figure it out." Because I just think there's so many people who are shocked and they just cannot believe this. And there's a lot of people who don't remember the 94 strike. like Jackson because he wasn't alive. And it's not fun. You don't want to go through another season without baseball. We pretty much had that in 2020 with not being in the stands. Why have this now in 2022 when people have the vaccine, we're able to go back to the stadiums? Why do this to us now?
I jokingly said it, and I tagged Middleton on it because Middleton and I have had a little Twitter feud under his alt, and it was John Middleton. Or his kid, his little douchey kid, whatever his name is. And I say, and Dave will always break, oh, you're watching still? I thought you said you weren't watching. When I say I'm mad at the team, I am mad at the team. But I have this thing where, like, I got the Flyers game on. As bad as they are, I will still put the game on. If they're down by like 4, I'll turn it off. It's like, you know what? I'm not wasting my time. I'll do something else. If it's a good year and they're down 4-0 on a game, it's like, whatever, I'll finish it out. Same thing with the Phillies. The Phillies have not had any help with the people in management for the last couple of years. The team is horrible. Screw them. But when the game comes on, I will at least start it and see where we go. If it's a good year, I'll watch the season. I'll watch a game. If they lose, oh well. If it's a bad year, like it's been the last 3 years, I turn it off. After this, I don't know if I'll put an effort in anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know how I feel today. I'm mad. And I don't feel like giving you any of my time. A lot of you, all of you.
So
Figure it out.
right now, the first 6 games are canceled, right? The first 2 series.
First 2 series, yep.
How do Sorry, go ahead, Mark.
And how long is it until the next 2 series or washed out?
Like another deadline?
Yeah.
I can't say I've seen anything about that.
Yeah, I don't know the answer.
I don't know. Like I said,
I did see that it's costing like Max Scherzer like $250,000 a day or something.
Oh,
Paul, I'll start with you on this one. How do we feel about Manfred?
Do I like any of the commissioners? No.
No, okay. That's a general consensus. Everybody other than Dave.
But you know what? The commissioner is there for a reason. He's hired by the owners to do the owners to be their spokesperson. So they're going to, in a lot of ways, they're puppets. They're going to do what the owners want them to do. If they don't, they're going to be replaced.
Well, that's who they work for. It's not like
that's my point.
In place. Yep.
Who was the first commissioner? Was it Landis?
Landis,
yes.
Back in 1919, and the good of baseball and all that crap. Yeah, those days are gone. Those days are gone.
Yeah, those days are long gone.
Oh well, I don't know.
I think Manfred is good at doing what his job is, right? Just like all of them, they're there
to make money for the owners,
right? That to do the negotiating and take the heat.
Yep.
Now most people, other
heat.
than Dan, will yell at at Manfred and boo Manfred and not boo their own owner or whatever. And that's part of the job, right?
I will boo Middleton into the grave.
Whose grave?
Middleton's.
Yours
or mine. Or mine. Whichever one comes first, that's where we're booing into. If I go first, I'll make sure it's written on the tombstone. I'm still booing Middleton in the afterlife.
To say, to believe that if Manfred is out as commissioner, suddenly the negotiations are going to go smooth and like that's not gonna happen.
No,
he's just a guy, right? Like and when Marcus Stroman and guys like that, they're like, Manfred's got to go. Like, okay, whatever. He's just going to be replaced with another Manfred, right? Like it's just going to be the same with the new guy. So yeah, I don't really care about Manfred per se.
It's one of those things where the fans want to be heard, but there's nothing we can do now. It is all in their hands now.
Take it back. Kick them all out.
Hey, I got a quick question. What's the USFL doing and where are they playing? Does anybody know?
Birmingham.
UAB.
And they're playing all their games in one stadium?
All 8 teams are playing in Birmingham. The hope is to go to the actual cities next year. I don't know if Philadelphia is going to be waiting there in open arms saying, come on back. We'll see.
Dave, you said they might not even be called the USFL?
I did read today that the former USFL is suing the current USFL for I'm assuming, the use of the term USFL.
They'll get $1.
Is it Donald Trump?
I don't think it's Donald
No,
Trump.
he's
Although
too
that is
busy.
definitely a Donald Trump kind of play.
Right? That's what I was thinking about.
You know, I'm reading some comments. Some people say it's going to be thrown out. Maybe they just want a payday. It's weird how they're saying this now, a month before the season.
I was going to say, like, they did a whole announcement, uniform reveal, and draft, and now they're like, hey, by the way.
Yes. Don't you take my New Jersey Generals away from me again.
I will say this, though. You mentioned jerseys off air. Pittsburgh team's got the best jersey set.
I love the color scheme. Yes,
that hurt me to say more than any of you will know.
Well, I like their secondary logo too, with the Keystone State logo.
Hurt my feelings. The Stars just went, let's just use what we had before. We'll move to Baltimore in a year.
Yeah. Well, I do like Michigan's. I love that color scheme, wine and blue, and it's beautiful color scheme. And it just goes to show you don't have to. You can make a good-looking jersey. You can just make a basic-looking football jersey, and people will like it. You don't have to add side panels or pipe in or put the team name in giant letters in the front, Atlanta Falcons, New York Jets. You don't have to do all that crap. Just make a nice-looking jersey. I know a lot of the jerseys are red. That's the one complaint people have had. But, they're based off, historical teams of the USFL. Historical teams.
I see. That's the bad thing. I think football jerseys in general are boring, so I can't comment.
Well, I mean, look at Arizona's jerseys. The Arizona Cardinals. They're hideous because they were created during a time when they thought, hey, let's put some panels on the side of the jersey that don't even match. Let's put some pipe in. Let's add some weird stuff going on because you want to make it look cool. You don't have to do that. You can just go with a basic-looking jersey. The Colts, the 49ers, all these jerseys have not changed that much in many years. Green Bay Packers, Oakland Raiders.
I can't comment. I'm still mad the Eagles haven't brought back Kelly Green, and I've been told I'm not allowed to be mad about that anymore.
Well,
so
even remember the Eagles had like an all-black jersey? You didn't need that.
Man, it sucked.
Tampa Bay's coming back. Not the Bandits.
Creamsicles.
But the Buccaneers.
The Creamsicles.
And Bucko Bruce.
And Pat Patriot's coming back too.
The Crew with a K.
Really?
Oh, Tom Brady leaves, so they're going to go back to the old school?
Yeah.
I'm asking.
A lot of people love that jersey, but the Buccaneers were god-awful for most of those years when they had those jerseys.
Totally.
Except for a couple years, like 79 and 81 or something, That's about it.
Maybe they're trying their the yucks. Gee, never mind. I don't have a follow-up for that.
Yeah, they were bad. I mean, the Tampa Bay Bandits, I think, I don't know if they were out selling them during their time in the USFL, but they proved to be very popular.
It was close, I think.
Yeah, it was close. I mean, you wouldn't even think about that today.
You think the USFL can capitalize on people being not able to go to events for a while and they can get some fans there? Does it matter the first year since they're playing in one stadium? This is all lackluster to me. Knowing that now, I don't care less.
I don't know. I used to love these type of spring football leagues, but we've seen the last few come and go within a year. So I just hope they make it to Canton for the USFL championship game. And I think it's July 3rd. I plan on being there. Make it back-to-back USFL championship games. I was there in '85. I'm good. Yeah, my buddy Steve Key and I were at the last USFL championship. We're excited. Apparently, tickets are like $20 to get in, but
it would be wise to make the tickets kind of cheap that first.
Yeah, make them cheap. Why not? I mean, it's not go crazy.
Honestly, I think the appetite for football in the United States is grossly overshot. And I think people are pretty much tapped out after they go NFL and college. And
Oh, maybe.
And to have them all in Alabama.
It's a gamble.
There's 2 football teams in Alabama, right?
Yeah.
There's and really most of Alabama
there's-
would say there's 1 football team in Alabama, and that's Alabama.
Well, there's 12
There's
now.
a little teeny little pocket that's Auburn. But yeah, I don't think people are going to be flocking to the stadium to see this.
Man, it's weird. I was excited about football for the first time since the Eagles won the Super Bowl, and now I'm like,
I can tell you could do a spring league, but I think it has to be something that the NFL handles.
Well, think about like who's being sued. Who is the USFL suing? They're suing Fox. This is a television show,
Yes.
right? This whole league is a television show. So
is that Vince McMahon in there?
And then the XFL is supposed to come back in 23. So
No, they're not.
No, The Rock says he's coming back.
Good for yeah. Well,
is the Rock cooking
And
2023?
the Toronto Argonauts are going to be part of the league.
Yeah, I don't think that. I don't see that happening.
Oh, how's
All
that
right.
going? Is it-
So, everybody, thanks for coming to our podcast about the baseball lockout.
hey! I said I
Hey,
had
we're
a
done.
dumb.
We're done. I'm
I
done
s-
talking about the lockout.
I said I had a dumb question about the
I'm out of
XFL.
the. Listen,
Never
I got my
mind.
minor league baseball, my summer collegiate. I'm done. I'll drive up to Minnesota, see some town ball. I don't need to deal with that. See the
Goodbye,
St. Paul
everybody.
Saints.
Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah. See them all.